What's up, guys? I did not realize that the audio of this video would be that bad. I recorded this video on my phone through my AirPods. So if any of you use Apple AirPods, they are not the best. Just record right onto the iPhone. It's 1,000 times better. I just want to apologize ahead of time. With that being said, the message and the core, of the video is still very very useful. So I didn't want to redo the whole thing. If you're able to take something away from it at the end, please let me know. It's a good message. Again, I really, really sorry about the quality. That being said, yeah, that's it. Let's get into it.
What is going on, guys? Joey Frenzel here at Flex Training Systems, and today I'm bringing you this recording a little bit different. As you guys can tell, I'm outside walking in the streets of my neighborhood. I'm on my way to a Target. I'm going to pick some stuff up. But I had a rough day today. It was very busy and just some stuff going on. And I said, you know what? I need to go back to the olden days. For those of you that have been with me listening to these videos, man, honestly, there might not be too many of you. The last time I did a video like this, where I'm just outside, we got the cars going in the background, and it's just like real personal, it's me and you, and we're here in this moment, and I'm just kind of, you're like my friend, and I'm venting to you, right? I got a mask on too because it's fucking cold. But nonetheless, I'm gonna bring you guys some keys because my job, which is getting back to you guys, um, keeps me alive. It keeps me moving forward. When I am not feeling nice, I just resort to work. I've always done that. And here we are. So today I wanted to talk about just kind of different training days, priority days. You have your top of the week, super important day. You have your middle of the week, you have your end of week. This is a topic that I have covered in the past in great detail many moons ago. But I'm far more adept in my craft at the moment, and I figure I would redo it. We got a lot of new people here, new audience, a lot of new people on the team, and I just feel like this would be a good topic to kind of go over. So we're gonna do that today. And what am I talking about? So I think we all know by now, for most of you guys training with any kind of frequency, you're probably not going to be able to have the same mindset or output on all of those days, right? So you're not going to treat every single training day that you have the same. You might have a squat day where you're going heavy. We'll just say you have an RPE 8.5 day, right? You have an RPE 6 day, and you have an RPE 7 day, right? The way that you mentally approach these days is going to vary, and there's kind of two ways that I like to coach it, and it really depends on the person. And go and take this mask off. It's getting hard to talk. It's kind of two ways I like to coach it, and either you have no soul, you are a robot. You simply take the RPE that's given to you on the day. You make decisions in the session extremely objectively. You don't let your emotions get involved, and you roll with the punches. Now, obviously, that is not easy to do. That is way easier said than done. So and again, part of being a good coach is identifying the type of person you're dealing with, and then how can you communicate with that person to get them to perform at their best, right? So for most people that cannot just be robots, especially younger lifters that just haven't really gained the experience to understand that, you need to kind of understand mentally what you're trying to get from each day. So let's go through each day. We're going to use a frequency of 3 times per week. If you train 4 times, 5 times, even 6 times per week on a certain lift, It's kind of the same thing depending on what the day is. In the past, I used to highlight days of the week for people like if they really didn't understand this concept. But I think the way that I teach RPE and communicate with people, everything that I say in this video will kind of get done that way. This is just another way to kind of look at it. So like I said, day one, let's say you have a big single, and all your work after is RPE 7 to 8. Okay, you're coming off of the weekend, so you're going to have the most amount of rest in your training split. Short-term rest, long-term rest, right? So let's say you hit squats, on a Friday. You're coming in on a Monday. That's, 48. It's like 72 hours from session to session, assuming you train at a similar time every day. You come into that session and you're going to mentally be fired up because you have a big single. This is what we're in powerlifting for. We're here to push limits. We're here to hit big weights. So, you have let's say you have an 8.5 on the table. So we're going to try to leave 1 rep in the tank, questionable 2 reps, right? And, you might get fired up for that. Let's say you're feeling particularly good. You took care of your recovery. You're coming in and you're warming up. Me personally, let's say I get to like 675 and I feel really good and I blow that shit up. I'm like, okay, I know today I'm going to be strong. I'm going to have something. I'm going to have some juice there, right? Maybe I want to take 700, 710. I put that weight on the bar, and then depending on how I'm feeling, I might have some fight or flight response, right? I might get some adrenaline going. I might be hyper focused. My good technique that I've made second nature, that's going to be automatic. I don't need to think about anything. I'm here, I'm now, I'm present, I'm ready to hit this weight, right? There's no way I'm going to be able to do that more than like once a week on the same lift. It just takes so much out of me personally, right? So obviously I should have used bench because I'm not going to squat 3 times a week, me personally. So let's say apply the same thing. It's bench. I'm hitting a big weight. I'm fired up, right? 48 hours later, I have an easy bench day. It is some lighter RPE, lower priority. Some people call it a tertiary day. I don't even know if that's how you say that. But it's your third. You're benching 3 times a week, and it's the lowest priority day of the week, which is not third in order. It is second in order from your first day, right? So I come into that second day, and my mindset for that day is, I'm here to practice the movement. I'm here to get some good blood flow. I'm here to get some recovery. Okay, I'm at an intersection, so it's probably going to be loud. I apologize. But I wanted to give this video to you guys when I was in the right mental state. All right, so coming to that middle day, it's very low stress. There's no pressure to hit anything big. I'm simply coming in. I'm taking what I have. I'm keeping things nice and easy. And I'm very mindful of my technique, making sure everything's clean, pauses are nice and solid. And this day is going to help me recover. It's not going to create too much more fatigue, so that way when I come into the end of the week, my third and second most important training day for that particular body part or lift, all these principles could apply to bodybuilding as well. You come into that third day of the week, and now I'm not going to be as fired up as I was, that first day of the week, because I just simply don't have the juice for it. I've already had a significant amount of output earlier in the week, so I'm just not going to be as strong. Now I might still be able to hit some good numbers. I can track that third day of the week on that particular lift like to itself, not any other days, but to itself, right? And my recovery might start to feel a little bit better. The goal on this day, which would be my second in the terms of what's most important, third day of the week, right? I might hit some good numbers. I might some recovery between the first day and the third day will be there because I didn't overshoot. This is why it's so important not to overshoot on your middle day, right? By the way, for those of you that take the workshops, you might have heard me speak on this. This exact kind of spiel is definitely in there, depending on what day you took it. But anyway, so you hit that day, you create a little bit of fatigue, but you're getting 2 rest days now before you come into the top of the week, and you're going to hit that lift again. So now you start to get this pattern, right? You have high output, super high priority. Boom, hit that at the beginning of the week. 48 hours later, we have lower output, low priority, low stress, both mentally and physically. Come in that second day of the week, hit that work. Okay, we're starting to feel good. It's almost like a taper for the end of the week, right? And then we're going to come into that third day of the week, and we're going to feel better because we didn't overdo it. We took care of ourselves. We handled our recovery the way we were supposed to. Come into that third day of the week, and we're going to have a little bit better output, right? RPE 7 on that day. And then boom, 2 days off. We're going to come in to the start of the week now. And depending on how much we pushed it, depending on how well we were able to adhere to what was given us, we might be able to hit another PR. We might be able to stay similar to the single that we hit the last week, but our volume on everything else might be slightly higher. So we're gaining ground. We're in a short-term time frame. We're able to hit a little bit more. All right, so we're taking steps forward. Or on a short-term time frame, we're doing a little bit too much. We're doing more than we can kind of handle. So now that single might take a dip, right? So it can be kind of tricky when that happens, because if you go into that first day and you're thinking to yourself, man, I'm ready to blow up this single, but you're unaware of how much how much output was there the week prior, or you just kind of overshot. You just fucking overshot everything. You just do everything. Coach puts at 6 on paper. You just RPE 8 everything. Then, you're not going to have the juice to have a solid day on that day, right? And mentally, this can be frustrating for lifters because they don't understand. They don't know, okay, why am I feeling like this on this day or whatever? They don't know, to treat every day. Like every day has its own goal. Every day has its own purpose. Now, like I said earlier, if you have multiple days per week that are like similar in the goal or what you're trying to accomplish. For example, if the same person, if they bench 4 times a week, they might have another lower priority day right immediately after that third day of the week, right? You have to be very sort of delicate when you're training with high frequency, because you can't just output, right? I always say you have to pay for what you get, for what you put out. If you're running hot for a little bit, you're going balls to the wall, you're hitting big PRs, things like that, you're gonna have to pay for that. How do you pay for that? By recovering, by dialing things back, by taking things easier. You have to respect your body. Your body will punish you if you don't take care of it. All right? You might, everybody's different. Some people are gonna be fucking freaks and they're just gonna overshoot all the time and get stronger, right? Some people, they're gonna do that one too many times. The one time they do it, they're gonna get hurt. Please ignore the puppies to my right barking at me. I hope you guys are able to take something away from that. Really quickly, I want to talk about the mental side of it. Mentally, on that first day, again, you're focused, you're fired up, you're ready to send it. Controlled send. It's a controlled send, right? On that second day, nice and easy, no pressure. I actually really enjoy my low priority days, because I'm just coming in there, focus on my form. No stress, come in, get it done. Maybe put on a good podcast, hit my work, and get out of there, right? I don't typically listen to music. If I'm on those days, I'm listening to educational things, stuff like that. And then on my other days when I'm really trying to get fired up, I'm listening to music, right? Because you kind of go to that zone. And then on the third day of the week, maybe depending on how I'm feeling, I might listen to some music. But it does get me a little bit more fired up. But I know that there are consequences if I overdo it on that day. And I think if you can apply this to your training, you're going to be so much better off. It's all about navigating your training, navigating fatigue, really. How can you manipulate your fatigue in a way that's going to allow you to take steps forward without overdoing it? It's like a balance, right? You have to be right in that sweet spot. So, that's all I want to say. Nice little refresher. I believe I'm going to title this, with version 2 on it because it is updated. I think I'm a little bit more thorough. I apologize for being outside, but at the time that I sat down to record this video, I was like not in the mood. So I just started working on things that didn't require me to speak. And then I said, you know what? Let me go back to my roots. Despite all my wins in life, despite all my successes, let me humble myself. Let me do the things that I did back in the early days, when I didn't have a car, when I didn't have, the ability to do the things that I can do now. You know what I mean? Stay grounded, and let me just talk to you guys one-on-one like we used to back in the day. But yes, I might do a video later on just like sort of managing like life stress and how to keep the train moving forward. But I'm still thinking about it. It is something that I feel like has really helped me, because I do deal with a lot of shit, and you guys just never see it because we gotta, it's always forward. That's how I try to keep everything. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this, but if I do, let me know you are able to hear it in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.